Good morning. It's Thursday, April the 25th at 10:08 a.m. It's taken a few hours to get to this point, but yesterday I ran into this article about Niger, and U.S. State Department orders evacuation of non-emergency personnel and family members from the country. Now, this was back in 2023. It was just a couple months over a year ago. It's a CNN report. You can alter words to try to fit your narrative, but you can't alter reality. And there's a lot to this. I didn't intend on taking this any further than this post. Actually, I had a couple other posts that I deleted, but I left one post on. And when I thought of Africa, next thing I thought of was this guy right here. And there are a few of us who are aware of the Gates Foundation in their role in Africa, and I just kind of wonder if that plays any part in what's going on in these countries over there. So let's see here. Let's jump down here. Okay, we have a short video. We have a lot of comments. We have a bunch of countries in Africa who have believed that it was necessary, possibly because of the presence of foreign troops. The poverty rate is over 50% in Niger alone, 50%. But they're, let's go back here. Let's put this back down to rest. And let's see, natural resources. Niger natural resources. Niger is a country with a rich natural resource base, despite being one of the poorest countries in the world. Now, how can you be one of the richest in natural resources and the poorest in the world when you have the United States is in Africa? We know now Russia's in Africa. I'm sure they've been there for a while. China's in Africa. But yet, these people are the poorest. United States is in Niger. Let's stick to Niger right now. Why is this the poorest country on earth when they're one of the wealthiest countries in natural resources? The natural resources are being mined. Who's mining it and who's getting the money? So who's controlling things, populations, and so let's listen to this video. Oh, one more thing. I didn't even post this yet. Extreme poverty rate. The extreme poverty rate in Niger is projected to reach 52% in 2023. The increase is due to negative per capita growth and raising inflation. How, when you are a country that is that poor, how can you have which means unemployment? How can you have inflation? It makes no sense. It would have to be the government and foreign governments are having all the work done, and the wealth is going out of the country to create this type of condition. This is unbelievable. Humanitarian assistance. In 2023, approximately 4.3 million people, 17% of the population, required humanitarian assistance in Niger, compared to 3.7 million in 22. Well, it's going up quite a bit. The persistence of sanctions, insecurity, and climate change is likely to impact thousands of men and women. Some of the poorest people on earth, and climate change is going to impact them. I don't see how that fits anywhere. Potentially pushing them into extreme poverty, you think? As a result, the number of people in need is expected to reach 4.5 million in 2024. I believe there's that many immigrants from our northern and southern border in the United States. We have that many. We have that many here that are living in poverty. No, I take that back. I forgot the system is making sure that they have money and such. So let's get back to Niger. Let's see here. Let's pull up Brave. Let's find out what this. 3 military-led West African nations have announced their immediate withdrawal from regional bloc, accusing the body of becoming a threat to its members. How could that happen? Maybe they're robbing the people. Let's see who they are. West African bloc can be an important force for democracy in the region simply by enforcing its rule book consistently. Ooh, it sounds like corruption. Okay, let's watch that movie. We could keep going on and on. This is an Al Jazeera report. I mean, the news is the news, and bullcrap is bullcrap, and I'm sure that we have the capability of separating the two. Christian, it's called discernment. In the past 3 years, 4 countries from the 15-member Economic Community of West African States have experienced a military coup and an unlawful change of leadership. Unlawful change of leadership. Really. Oh, thank you, Mr. Trump, for your contribution and your continued contribution. Thank you very much. Okay, there's Niger right there. They were blockaded. Now, I haven't gone into if they were completely blockaded into their country. Matter of fact, I believe there were 3 that were. But anyway, sanctioned. They called them sanctions. So they blocked all trade, everything, from this country, where 52% of the population is in poverty. Who are these guys? And thank you, Vector Stock, for the picture. This picture is brought to you by Vector Stock, whoever they are. They're on the net. Buddy, if you're on the net, you're fair game. So what goes around, thank you for the map. Jump back down here, pull this up. All right, listen up.
Two more coups in Africa during the past year. That brings to 9 the number of governments ousted on the continent since 2020. Are there common factors, or are these takeovers isolated? And what could we see in the coming year? This is Inside Story. Hello there and welcome to the programme. I'm Laura Kyle. The past year saw 2 successful coups in Africa. Internationally, they were met with condemnation, but in Niger and Gabon, celebration. 9 military coups have been carried out in Africa in 4 years, often in countries rich in resources, but with poverty a reality of daily life for many. Research shows the continent has seen regular political upheaval, with at least 200 attempted or successful coups carried out since the 1950s. Recent ones involve foreign intervention, either from former colonial powers or others backing factions or supplying mercenaries. So have these overthrows of the past few years been driven by local pressures, or are they part of a wider geopolitical struggle between East and West? We'll be asking these questions and more of our guests shortly. But first, this report from Victoria Gatenby.
Or a combination.
Africa is no stranger to military coups, and this year there were 2 more. In July, members of the Presidential Guard of Niger's President Mohamed Bazoum removed him from office. The following month, the president of Gabon, Ali Bongo, was ousted by army officers. That was the 9th coup in Africa in 3 years.
Let's back up here. Where's this picture of this guy right here? I remember seeing this on the news. If you look at it, this guy's scared to death. He is scared to death. Here we go. Watch this now. Now look at him.
The following month, the president of Gabon, Ali Bongo, was ousted by army officers. That was the 9th coup in Africa in 3 years. The others have been further north in the Sahel region. The consequences of the military takeovers have been felt far beyond the borders of those countries, raising doubts about the resilience of democratic governments in a region that's long suffered instability.
The remedy for ineffective democracy is more democracy and not less democracy through military coups. So my hope going to 2024 is that Africans will be wiser as we approach our governance issues, and that ways will be found to bring about more effective democratic governance than going through the barrel of the gun.
Democracy without the barrel of the gun. Democracy without the barrel of the gun. So maybe this gives us a reason why they... the article said kick the United States out. They negotiated a departure. Yeah. The United States military, I'm sure all the intelligence... all the other intelligence agencies were or are in Niger and probably all of Africa. The military's role was definitely not to help the economy. They had a capability of doing that, but their role was to fight the terrorists, which there are reports out that the terrorists are being funded by intelligence agencies. And that would be a good excuse to maintain a base to fight the bad guys. So this video is just about
condemned by the United Nations, the African Union, regional bloc ECOWAS, and the United States.
Than going through the barrel of the gun.
The coups were all condemned by the United Nations, the African Union, regional bloc ECOWAS and the United States.
Check these guys out. I don't know who they are. No idea. Niger and a few other countries aren't going along with the program. People keep getting poorer, and they keep their natural resources keep dwindling, and the people get poorer. Yeah. What else we got here? In trouble, but it still has potential. So these governments that are having these military coups are putting a hurt on this this group of we'll call them elites. That's what they would be called in the West. They'd be called elites. They maintain these. What do you want to call it? Determining committees. They determine everybody's future, but no more for them. Aerospace. Niger coup could jeopardize U.S. counterterrorism operations in Africa. The toppling of the democratically elected. And if anybody believes that, I got a Boeing 707 in my backyard that's free. Toppling of a democratically elected president of Niger on July 26 is jeopardizing U.S. counterterrorism missions in much of Africa and raising questions about America's ability to carry out military operations in that region. Well, they can until Russia. They've already Niger's brought Russia in. They're bringing in trainers, and one of the first things listed was these missile systems, shoot down aircraft, shoot down missiles. They're going to militarize Niger. It's going to be the Russian military. Actually, it will end up being more than that, because all BRICS is going to end up being like NATO. Only they're going to be the world power, and that's as plain as the nose on your face. It's called discernment, Christian. See what's going on. I wonder how long it'll be before the United States is completely out of Africa. I don't think it'll be long. Let's see. Accused of war crimes. Taylor worked with CIA. Okay. Well, he apparently got on their wrong side. It's another African country. He's he was accused of cutting arms off of small children, smuggling blood diamonds, keeping sex slaves, and torturing his opponents. But former Liberian President Charles Taylor also had another career, providing information to U.S. intelligence agencies, according to information obtained by the Boston Globe newspaper. Well, he made somebody mad, that's for sure. Africa, man, Africa. Africa is purging the West, and they're embracing the East, which could result in, maybe not, it will eventually. They'll be worse off than they are right now, if that's possible. When your people are starving to death because they're stealing your natural resources, it's about time for a coup. U.S. secretly send long-range ATACMS weapons to Ukraine. It can hit targets as far as 300 kilometers away, have been used twice already. I wonder how they know that. The United States quietly sent long-range ballistic missiles to Ukraine as part of a package of military support in March. That was last month. And Ukraine has used the weapons twice, according to U.S. officials. That's funny. The attack can hit at range is 186 miles away, nearly double the range of any mid-range that the U.S. began sending towards the end of the last year. Okay, this is nothing. So, we're going to cut it off right now. There's a lot more that we're going to be getting into this, as long as the Lord leads me in that direction. This is what we're going to be talking about, folks. This is a beast system that these governments are running. They go into these countries and they rape them. They set up military bases, and if you don't go along with them, they overthrow your government and put somebody in that will be friendly to them. Facts are facts. Facts are facts. It's called discernment, Christian. Okay, we're going to end this. I just want to use this map one more time. And once again, thank you, Vector Stock, vectorstock.com. And I'm guessing the map number is 144144020. Break that down biblically. It's a shame what's happening in Africa. This country is so underdeveloped, and these multinational corporations are going into these countries, and they're just they're taking out their natural resources. And the leaderships, the presidents or premiers or whatever you want to call them, the heads of state, are taking their cut out of these operations from these corporations, and nothing's going to the people. And they will call it democratically elect their officials. And once it gets to the point that the law does no longer come into play, they have to use military coups to take control of the government. When any government refuses to follow the law, they're capable of doing anything. And if you watch them, you'll see that they do whatever they want to do, and they don't hide. They're not hiding it anymore. They used to hide it, but they're not doing that anymore. And these Niger, some of the good military leaders got together and say, "Hey, these people aren't helping our country. We need to get rid of everybody that's in there and get our own people in." Well, just like the United States pushed Russia into China's arms, which they may have already been there, but I can't see Russia and China as soulmates. Their ideology is completely different. So we created that alliance. We've created BRICS, and dig deep into the ouster of the U.S. military in Niger, in the welcome arms of the of Russia. What's going on here, folks? Now, come on. 2023, 52% of the population was in poverty, and inflation's rampant. It makes no sense. They have no economy other than their natural resources. They don't have the technology to get it out of the ground or the capability. So the government, or whoever runs the country, let's put it like that, determines what happens in the country. Niger, once again, military got tired of it. So, like I said, we will return and continue to follow Niger if that's the way the Lord leads me. If not, we'll be on to something new. So enjoy the rest of your day. And we're out.